I happen to be taking it.
Hydroxychloroquine?
I'm taking it, hydroxychloroquine.
When?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, when?
A couple of weeks ago, I started taking it. Because I think it's good. I've heard a lot of good stories. And if it's not good, I'll tell you right, I'm not going to get hurt by it. It's been around for 40 years for malaria, for lupus, for other things. I take it.
Did the White House doctor recommend that you take that? Is that why you're taking it?
Yeah, White House doctor. I didn't recommend. No, I asked him, what do you think? He said, well, if you'd like it. I said, yeah, I'd like it. I'd like to take it. A lot of people are taking it. A lot of frontline workers are taking hydroxychloroquine.
I don't know where to start with this one, John Heilemann. First of all, I mean, do we know? I'm not sure that means he's taking it, right? I mean, he's telling us he's taking it. He told the world to take it. He told the world, what do you have to lose? Neil Cavuto over on Fox News, my neighbor at the same hour said to a medical guest he had, what you have to lose is your life. I'm not sure that we can take it to the bank that he's actually been taking this drug because he says he's been taking it. He's told 18,000 lies and counting. But I guess the bigger question is, why did he say that at all?
Well, I think, Nicole, first of all, I think there's a high probability, not just because of the fact that the president's a pathological liar, but because of the fact that he is not a complete idiot in the sense that he's heard what has been determined now about the dangers of taking this drug. I think there's a high probability that he's really not taking the drug. And I think you would need to have some real evidence to suggest that this is not just another tall tale of his. I think the reality is he's been so thoroughly rebuked on his advocacy of this drug that it stands on some level to reason that he would want people to think, having told everyone else to take it, that he himself is taking it, even though he's not in fact taking it. And I have no evidence for that supposition, but I will say that, given that he's asking us to take it on faith, that A, he would be taking a drug, and B, he would be taking a drug that people know now to be dangerous, I think it's much more likely that he's not taking it and saying he's taking it than that he's actually taking it.
Look, I mean, the FDA has warned that this drug could be lethal if taken outside of the hospital. I, for one, Jeremy, I hope he's not taking it. If we go to the patterns of what we learned about Trump and his health are not truthful. He had a doctor, I believe his name is Dr. Bornstein, who described him as, the most vibrant, healthy specimen he'd ever seen. And then he had Dr. Ronnie Cooper, who now has co-signed onto some of the fantastical conspiracies of the Trump era. So there's not a history of getting great medical information about this president, Jeremy.
Yeah, and he also has a 34-inch waist, and he grew 3 inches last year. So I think everything he says about his medical condition, you got to take with a 10-pound bag of salt. And again, this is the president who prescribed injections of disinfectants, Clorox and Lysol, and set off a national panic and tens of thousands of calls into poison control centers. That's the kind of stuff that kids can get their hands on. I mean, this was truly dangerous, and we're going to take his advice about prophylactic hydroxychloroquine. I don't think so.
So I'm so glad you mentioned the bleach injection. I have been watching my girl Sarah Cooper on her lip sync of Trump when he told everybody to put the light in the body over and over again. It is now the soundtrack of my quarantine. I recommend it to anyone who needs a giggle today. Jeremy Bash, John Heilemann, two of my favorite humans on the planet. Thank you for spending some time with us. And I believe, Heilemann, there was a dog cameo in there somewhere. After the break,